Hiya folks, me again. Been digging again. I think I've done so much digging in the last week or so. I'll soon be heading up into Scott Waters' basement. So if you see me, Scott, give us a coffee. Went down to the record store again this morning. Picked up a really nice Holy Grail item. I wasn't going to make this vid, but I thought you've all had enough of me making sort of videos every day. But I thought, nah, I'll make it. The first thing I want to show is a 7-inch, and this one made me eyes pop out my head. You don't normally see these in record stores at this price. This is Black Sabbath Paranoid. £3 it cost me, and that's the front cover of it, and that's the back cover. It's got the snow blind on the B side. 1972 and 1970 and 1972 respectively. Yeah, I'm really shocked to see this. You have to excuse me, my eyesight's not as good as it was. You've got Paranoid, and it's got custom centering as well. I don't believe it's an original. I think they've done it after. I may be wrong, but you've also got custom centers. But I was going to leave that in the shop. It's incredibly dusty, and I'll have to clean it up when I get home. That's the top bit. It may be brand new or just a few years old, I don't know. But if anybody does, correct me up below. But yeah, that was a nice little purchase. The next one, you may remember a few videos back, I purchased a Christopher Lee, I think it was called Charlemagne or something. And he actually did a project with a band called Rhapsody. If you don't know who Christopher Lee is, he was a famous actor, and he's been in a lot of films like Lord of the Rings. He played Man with a Golden Gun, Scaramanga and all this stuff. He's been in tons of films. He's no longer with us. But a stupid fact, he went to college just down the road from where I am now. But I picked this up, and this is the project he did with Rhapsody. It's called Magic of the Wizard's Dream. And not many people will realise that Christopher Lee was into his heavy metal. And he used to do, because he had a really distinctive voice, and he used to do all the narration on it and stuff like that. But it's obviously symphonic metal, or it's got an orchestra in. And I just bought it because it was so cheap, and it would marry nicely, because I've already got one. So it would marry nicely to the one I've already got. But there's Christopher Lee there. You probably recognise him if you see him. But it's just a really nice piece. I wasn't expecting to find that in the record store today. But really made up with it. But the next item, if you're into Finnish power metal, I plucked up the courage to purchase this one. This is a band called Stratovarius, named after a famous violin. Yeah, it was going at a really good price. It's a 75 minutes 14-track live album recorded at the Polaris World Tour 2009. What I do is I buy just a concert album and I will have a listen. That's probably all I need by them. It's one of the bands I won't go into their catalogue or anything, but that's what you get. That's what I do with a lot of bands now. Because you need a lot of money. It's very expensive, and that's probably all I need is just a concert album of theirs, and I'm sort of satisfied, if you know what I mean. But I think that's looks like a poster. I shan't open it for obvious reasons. Oh no, it's one of these. It's really shiny. It just tells you all the lyrics and stuff like that. But it comes in a long piece. This does. It's really good quality. It smells brand new, so I don't think anybody's had that open. But yeah, if anybody has any comments on Stratovarius, hit me up below. But this is Stratovarius. I've been looking at their stuff for ages now, so I finally took the plunge today. The next record is a band that I like, but a lot of people didn't back in the time, and that's the Almighty, another live album called All Proud, All Live, Almighty. Don't think I've got this, but I only paid like £1 for it, so just to cover me backside in case I hadn't. But I've seen them live twice. They're a pretty decent outfit. They're now disbanded, but check them out. But everybody at the time, it was like a bit like Thunder. They said they were rubbish and all this sort of stuff, and you know, but now everybody likes them. It's always the way with like these bands, I believe. Now the last bit is a holy grail item, and I've been after this. I knew this was there a few weeks ago, but to be brutally honest, the price was way over my head. I couldn't afford it. I wasn't going to pay it that way. I thought it was far too expensive for what it was. And what they're doing is they're having a massive sale there at the moment. They're selling all the heavy metal CDs cheap, all the vinyl, or some of the vinyls going cheap. And this guy invited me to look into. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was looking for it, and he invited me to look into the sale bins. And woe behold, there it was, 10 quid cheaper. So I treated myself to it, and that's this. And you're thinking to yourself, why is a Zulu, you know, got an album like this? You can pick it up for probably a £5. Well, this one's signed. I'll show you in a minute. It's also my favourite Twisted Sister album, Come Out and Play, and it absolutely shot me. But that's the back side of it. We all know it. If you open it up, you've got the famous drain cover picture, and there you go. You got signed. We've got Eddie Fingers Ouija, Dee Schneider, and somebody else. There's 4 signatures on the album. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless somebody signed under, it's a signed copy, and it all looks genuine as well. But when you buy records, if they're identical like that, I won't touch them. But you can tell because they're all different. They all stand out. So I'm 100% sure this is genuine. And obviously, the guy at the shop said it was genuine too. But to own a signed album of one of my favourite bands of all time, and got it at a good price as well, I'm really made up. It's a bit of a holy grail item for me. It's got stuff like Leader of the Pack, but the main song out of it is Come Out and Play. I absolutely love that song, but I just couldn't believe it. And I knew it was in the record store, but normally I'm so lucky that if I leave them, they're sold, and somebody else has had it, but not this time. It's in really good nick as well, and it's a lot better condition actually than the other one I own. And you've got the famous Dee Snyder comes out of the drain thing sort of thing. This is superb nick as well. The condition's really good. But I'm really chuffed to get this today. This is like now one of my best albums in my collection. You know, you don't come across these every day. And when you do, you have to feel a bit blessed. Anyway, folks, I hope you've liked my little offering today. I'm off down to do some cooking now. Take care and have fun. Bye.